This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
Yeah, it's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8th. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, he had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, as we step to the tee here at the par 4 second hole, just 391 yards, but a classic case on links golf where the bunkering here is just so much different than a classic American layout.
And it's also where a change of strategy will certainly help. Remember, the ball's going to run much further here in Scotland than what it will in America. So you can use a shorter club and let that ball to run out to the normal distance you would hit it, perhaps with 2 or 3 clubs more.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. Now at the 3rd hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Yeah, simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then from there, still only a wedge into a green that has 2 tiers. I'm loving that balance.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Just a pure strike, a perfect result. We'll have a good look at birdie now. Frankie seems to have found something. Already 2 birdies in a row and now another chance.
Yeah, it's all starting to flow here. This is really important. He's starting to play well, so finish it off here for 3 in a row.
Starting to feel it now. 2 straight birdies and 3 under for the round. Rich Lerner back with you here at the fourth hole at Royal Troon, and this is a hole, Frank, that offers up a real scoring opportunity, a par 5, first one of the round.
Yeah, it's the last really easy hole you get at this opening start. 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, but you can easily carry that one on the right, especially with any helping breeze.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but that is well on the cards.
On the green with about 30 feet to go. A good 29-foot putt here. Well, this one's tracking. Do that, Frank. What a putt.
I don't go that far in a holder.
At the par 3 fifth, ready to get this hole started.
Prevailing breeze once again should be coming from the water, which is on the right. That makes that tee shot a little bit more difficult because it pushes the ball to those 3 bunkers on the left side.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Pretty good shot right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, typically when you step up to a par 5, you're thinking birdie, maybe even eagle. But this is 601 yards, a behemoth. It's long, and you can get punished for a mistake here, can't you?
It used to be the longest par 5 on the Open Championship Rota. But remember, there's humps and hollows that can always be used in your advantage. To your advantage. If you aim it down the right side, the ball normally kicks back towards the middle of the fairway. So that's the side to be aiming on.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be. Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. So with that make, now it's 7 under par. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup.
And what happened here in 1973?
The old squire, Gene Sarazen himself, made an oath.
He was 71 years old playing his final Open. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine. Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Oh, dude, that.
Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it, it's you're trying to cut the ball off that. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Wow, a thick birdie on the day. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Good swing, good shot yet again. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, if you needed a reminder as to just how difficult this 11th hole is, none other than Jack Nicklaus had his problems here.
Yeah, he turned pro in 1962. He just won the US Open at Oakmont, and then he came to Troon, and on the 11th hole, he made a 10. That's right, double digits. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Just blasted that tee ball, Frank. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Ooh, nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Getting set now over the putt. Almost. Wow. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Could use this one. This is for par. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, how do you size up the 12th hole here at Royal Troon?
Well, first look at 430 yards, you'd think it'd be a rather easy par 4. But that's not really the issue. The issue is gorse right and left.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Frank beginning to head towards home. This is the 13th of par 4.
Another dogleg right. Problem isn't really the tee shot here, even though there's undulations and mounds all over the fairway. Second shot's played uphill to an elevated green. Happiness is a long, 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 long walk after that one.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, the Open Championship will be played at Royal Troon in 2016. It was first played back in 1923. What was first prize then?
A mere 75 pounds, so that equates to about 150 US dollars. And just to give you an idea, the last time they played there, Rich, was back in 2004, when Todd Hamilton beat Ernie Els. He got a whopping 720,000 pounds. That's right, nearly $1.5 million.
The money's nice, but every player would tell you, Frank, it is still all about that claret jug.
It is, and that's actually suited the Americans because since 1962, they've been to Troon 6 times, and 6 times the victor has been American.
Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14th, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of the screen up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Let's see what the dominant number one player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good... He's gone for a little extra.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
They'll need to get all of this one. 200 yards, the second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And it is down for an eagle. 17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3. Like cyber vision, shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just one hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And, of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
The great white shark, so often so unlucky at major championships. Wow, smoked that tee shot. Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of the screen, because it might just be out of bounds.
This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.